couple days, back and forth. It's hard to summarize a guy's impact and his legacy, what he means to all of us in 5 minutes, but, I think everybody felt it between his speech, me, Bob, Steve, just the whole night. It's very weird and surreal watching him be the first one of all of us to go up there and celebrate everything we accomplished. But it all makes sense. So it was a really, really, really cool night.
Hey, Steph, I don't want to stretch this too far, but with the impact that Jimmy's had and the way he plays, and then this night, this day being for Andre, do you feel a similar? I mean, they're not the same guy, they're not the same player, but do you feel there's similar kind of impact that Jimmy's making is kind of what Andre meant to you 5-7 years ago?
If it impacts winning, then yeah, we're off to a good start. Obviously, they're different players, different resumes, different styles, but when they're on the floor, usually good things happen. And you love players like that who understand the game, have a high IQ, lift the level of everybody around them. Like that's a hard thing to do, and it's such a commodity in the league. But then when you have a superstar like Jimmy who's done it year after year after year, you feel it right away.
Steph, Andre, All-Star. Andre closed out saying this is the beginning of the Steph Curry celebration. That being said, on top of the fact that Jimmy Butler is playing so well with you guys and you guys are all playing well together, is there an added sense of urgency to winning this year, knowing that you guys have kind of found a stride with Jimmy Butler and hearing Andre Iguodala say, this is the beginning of basically, you can read between the lines as to what he was saying?
I think in general, like what I was talking about before out there, just it cements a moment in time where like you're reflecting on the last however many, 12 years when Andre joined our team. I felt like I was kind of like coming into my prime at that point, and now I'm still on the floor competing. There's a sense of urgency just because you're not going to be able to do it at this level forever. And we talked about that pre-trade, which is why Jimmy is here, and we all love expectations. We love playing for something meaningful, and the only energy you're putting out there is for to try to get it done. So that's really it. His comment, like I never say that about myself, but just the idea that it's we're in a moment where we still can win, and we're still talking about a guy that helped us do that for a decade.
Steph, in your speech, you brought up Andre being the first outside star to choose you guys, to pick the Warriors, to kind of see the vision before anybody else. When you get to reflect years later now, what did that moment truly mean to you?
It was an unlock of confidence. When you have a star who, like I said, was a face of a franchise in Philly, helped the really powerful Denver team for the 2 years I think he was there. And then he had a choice to make at a very important part of his career of where do I want to play for the next 4 years and where can I win and where can I, fit in with a group that is coming into their own identity, and that was us. And like I said, I remember the moment after we beat them in the playoffs in 2013. Like I said, we had a history from playing together in the Team USA team, and that was the first time I kind of noticed or was aware, like, hey, guys see what we're capable of, and a guy like Andre, who's one of the smartest guys in any room he walks into, and when he came with that energy of, I love what you're doing, I love how y'all do it, congrats, whatever he said, to then be able to get him in free agency, that unlocked just so much confidence for us that we're on the right path, and the rest is history.
You guys are a pretty big plus in the last 6 games when you're on the bench. How massive is that? And even just for you, I mean, how much more, I guess, relaxed do you feel going to the bench?
I don't ever say I'm relaxed, but it's the idea of just a comfort knowing when you won back to old rotations where you're playing a set block out for a block and you come back in. But the formula is different with Jimmy just because you can run the offense through him. And not only offensively is that group figured out, but defensively I think it's been Draymond, Jimmy, I think BP's been out there. QP's had some big minutes in that group. They've just been playing a really solid, smart basketball, and like you said, the plus minus just tell the whole story. Totally different than what it was before, where you felt a little bit of pressure to try to create a little separation because we were trying to fill some holes in those minutes. But I like this formula. It makes sense. It works. We just got to keep doing it.
Steph, you've talked about